Welcome everyone. As the massive shift in consciousness continues to unfold here on Earth at the moment, one of the most amazing things that's happening is that the world is just being absolutely flooded with so many of these divinely uplifting new consciousness frequencies. So here in this video, we're going to be talking about this in a lot more detail. And as we do this, we're also going to be talking about how all of these amazing new light frequencies are impacting our Earth at the moment. We'll also be talking about how you can accelerate your own ascension journey. And we're also going to be sharing some of the ways that you can smoothen out your ascension journey as well. So we've got lots to get through, so let's get into it. So you may have noticed that this is part 2 of our little video series here. In part 1, we offered a big picture perspective about what the shift in consciousness is all about. And basically that first part can help to give you a really good foundational understanding about really this significant shift in our own energetic vibration and what it means and what can you expect in the coming years and decades ahead. So once we've understood the basics or the big picture perspective about what the consciousness shift is all about, the next step is to really start learning about all the different kinds of light frequencies that are now starting to become available to us as a planet, as well as understanding the kind of impact they're having at the moment. So that's exactly what we're going to be talking about here in this video, and we're going to get started right now. For those who may be clairvoyant or quite intuitive, something that you might have noticed is that there's just so many new light frequencies being received from just so many high consciousness beings. And this is all happening as we continue to transition into these new consciousness vibrational frequencies. So for us personally, we've just been absolutely astonished to see just how much help there actually is at the moment, and also just how many beings there are actually helping. So just to give you a bit of an example, since my wife Jerry and I first met in 2012, she's quite literally received hundreds and hundreds of different energetic downloads, and each set of downloads or new light frequencies that Jerry's received, they've all been divinely designed to help accelerate the ongoing ascension process. So basically all of these new light frequencies have been lovingly offered to the world in order to help us all more quickly and effectively move into this new consciousness vibration. So each time Jerry would receive a download of energies, they'd always be coming from a different set of higher consciousness beings. So for example, Jerry would normally receive energies as well as a channeled message introducing who these beings were, which galaxy or which dimension they were coming from. And Jerry would also normally receive some instructions about how to work with the energies, how to use the energies. And sometimes we receive some very specific information about exactly what kind of issues the energies could help with. And it all related to this ascension process that we're all going through. So this process of receiving energies and downloads happened over a number of years, and especially since probably 2012 to 2017, there was just so many new energies being received and channeled instructions. And again, they were all coming from different sets of higher consciousness beings. So as we continued to receive these energies and teachings and attunements, we began to realize they were starting to form a step-by-step ascension pathway. And so the reason I'm sharing all this information here is just to give you an example of really just how much assistance is being offered to the world at the moment as we continue to move into these new consciousness energies. In our case, we continue to be astonished about all of the amazing help that we're getting, especially because all of these sets of teachings were coming from different beings, and they're all coming from different galaxies and realms and dimensions, but somehow they were forming a pathway, which when you think about how that all works behind the scenes, it really is quite astonishing. And that's just the beings that we're connecting with. Obviously there's lots of different channels and mediums in the world who are working with their own higher consciousness entities and guides. And that doesn't include all the unseen help and assistance that's being offered to the world at the moment, let alone all the amazing work of all the different spiritual teachers or gurus all over the world. And so when we start to really contemplate or reflect on all of that, the only real conclusion that we can come to is, again, there's just so much help and so many light frequencies that are being offered to the world at the moment. And this is all helping us to shift our energetic vibration, to step out of the old consciousness and to start stepping into the new consciousness frequencies. So before we start talking about the impact that all of this amazing new light is having on the world, we just wanted to quickly mention here that for anyone who perhaps wants to accelerate their own ascension process or ascension journey into this beautiful new consciousness vibration, you can access all of the love inspiration energies, all the energies and teachings we've been talking about here in this video through the Love Inspiration Ascension Pathway. So Love Inspiration is a not-for-profit organisation, and everything's offered freely and with love for the benefit of all beings. And so if you're interested in receiving those energies or teachings, we'll leave some links in the description box below, and that'll take you to the main Ascension Pathway page, and you can just download any of the ebooks and start receiving those energetic downloads that we've received from higher consciousness, and that's been over the past 10 years or so. And we also talked about how you can smoothen out your journey. So in addition to those Ascension Pathway teachings, Love Inspiration also offers a very special set of free ascension healing energies, and these can also, as I said, help to smoothen out your ascension journey. So these energies are sent by distance, and there's nothing that you need to do to actually receive these energies except to just sign up for the free service. And when describing the ascension healing energies, High Consciousness have told us that the ascension healing energies offer a wide band of exceptionally high light frequencies, which are a full package of energies tailored to bring about a complete new level of ascension. And the ascension healing energies are divinely created by exceptionally high levels of light beings and bring a multi-dimensional effect on healing. Ascension healing therefore brings a multi-healing effect, enabling faster ascension. And so again, for anyone who might be interested in the free Ascension Healing Energy service, you can find the links in the description box below. And of course, in addition to the Love Inspiration offerings, there are many channels and mediums and really amazing spiritual teachers who are just offering so many wonderful different energies and teachings and activations, tips and techniques. And these can all be very helpful as you continue to transition out of the old consciousness and into the new. So when considering the best way for you to move forwards on your own ascension journey, we always like to suggest that you follow your heart and allow yourself to just do what feels right for you in any given moment. So when we follow our heart, it allows us to just flow with the infinite creation. We allow divine guidance, we open up to synchronicity, and just allow things to unfold and manifest for our highest possible good. And of course, in addition to opening up to various teachings or techniques from others, you can also move forwards on your own ascension journey through your own intention. So you can just lovingly set your intentions in alignment to what feels right for you in your heart. So, for example, you might like to invite in some divine assistance from some kind of deity, maybe something you feel close with, or perhaps you might feel drawn to working with one of the Ascended Masters or the Archangels, or maybe you feel very connected to Buddhism and you feel like connecting with one of the Buddhas. Maybe you feel like you've got a strong connection with the Christ consciousness, in which case you might like to use your intention to call on those higher consciousness frequencies. So to us, this is one of the most beautiful aspects of where we are right now as a planet. And there's just so many higher consciousness energies and assistance available to us right now. And all of those energies that are available to us, we can call on them with our own intention. as we wish and as we feel in our hearts. Okay, so in part one of our little video series here, we offered a pretty comprehensive overview about what the massive shift in consciousness is all about. And as part of that first video, we talked a little bit about what the old consciousness represents. So, for example, we mentioned that the old consciousness vibration can be thought of as an old era of untruth. And we also said that the most prevalent energies of that old era were all based around the concepts of separation and suffering and ego and control, lack and limitation. And in that first video, we also talked a little bit about what it means to be moving into the new consciousness frequencies. And we said that the new consciousness is a frequency that's based around things like unconditional love and compassion and unity and truth and peace and wisdom. And so if we now flesh that out a little bit more, when we talk about the idea that we've all been living through an era of old consciousness or an era of untruth, what we're really saying is that basically for many hundreds or even thousands of years, many of our individual experiences have often been accompanied by emotional states like fear and anger or shame, worry, anxiety, doubt, and other lower vibrational states like this. So basically we've all been swimming in a lower density of vibration or field of energy. But the good news is that right now our planet is starting to ascend into a higher bandwidth or a higher density of energy or consciousness. So to help us explain what's happening on Earth right now with all of these beautiful new light frequencies being received, we wanted to share a quick analogy that higher consciousness shared with us a few years ago. So this analogy helps to describe what happens when we start to increase our own individual vibration, but it can also be equally applicable to what's happening on a collective level, basically right now here on Earth. So basically the analogy is to think about a small apartment, and in this apartment there's just one single light bulb, and the light is quite dim. So in that sort of dim light, the apartment looks quite neat and tidy. The things are in their place, and with the dim light, we can just see that things look pretty good. So if we now change that light bulb to a higher wattage, this gives us a stronger and a brighter light. And so now with that brighter light, we can start to notice that, well, actually there's quite a lot of dust or dirt throughout the apartment. We can start to notice that there's some dirt on top of the table, maybe some on top of the chairs, on the floor, and so on. So with the dimmer light, we weren't able to see any of that, but as the light brightens, we can really start to see that. And that's a really good analogy to sort of explain what's happening on the planet right now, because it can help to give us a really simple and easy way to understand the impact that all of these amazing new light frequencies are having on our planet. So basically the light is getting brighter, and as this continues to brighten, as our consciousness continues to unfold or evolve, we're starting to see more of the dust and dirt in the systems and mechanisms that have been running the planet in the old era of untruth. So in energy-based healing, we always say that awareness is one of the first steps in the healing process. So once we become aware of a certain issue, then after that it's normally more easy to heal that within ourselves. So this same principle can be equally applied to the collective level. So in other words, as we become more aware of the various issues that we're facing around the world, then on a collective level, it allows us to more easily resolve those issues. But of course, these things do take time, so it's not something that we should expect to happen overnight, but rather it's a process that unfolds over some years. So another way to think about all of this is to think that we are all divine co-creators. And so as people's awareness starts to shift internally, then these internal shifts very naturally help to manifest a very different world. So let's now bring all of this information together so that we can understand the kinds of things that we need to be aware of as this shift in consciousness continues to play out. So firstly, we've understood that there's lots and lots of new consciousness energies or light being brought into the world. This is happening because of the love and benevolence that's being shared by lots and lots of higher consciousness beings. But in addition to that, there's also lots of realized masters or spiritual teachers or gurus who are here on earth at the moment who seem to be helping with this effort. And then there's lots of beautiful earthly souls who are now starting to open up and receive and radiate these energies for the earth. And this is also helping to bring about the shift in a faster way as well. These are people who are starting to really connect with these energies. They're really radiating these energies throughout the world so that others can benefit, which is really, really wonderful. And because of all of this collective effort, through the coordination of unseen beings and divine human souls, these new energies are really starting to flow into the Earth's consciousness and circulate around the Earth's consciousness. And this is really starting to brighten up the energies here on Earth. And we also understand that with all of this new love and light circulating around the consciousness, we're all starting to see more and more of this dirt and dust that's still remaining from that old consciousness era of untruth. And we're really starting to see a lot of this dirt, dust, both on an individual level, as we each become more and more aware of our own impurities or less than light energies, and then on a collective level, as we start to see the worldly systems that might not be operating at a very high vibration. So for example, you might be starting to notice some of the worldly systems or institutions that you might have previously placed your trust in. Maybe you're starting to see that they might not be as innocent or as pure as you once thought. Or maybe you're starting to see the various conflicts playing out in the world and you're wondering, how on earth is this actually still happening? Or maybe you're feeling like we should be taking better care of our planet. Maybe you're starting to feel that the various medical systems or media outlets or big government institutions, maybe these can be uplifted into higher and more evolved ways of operating. So whatever the case may be, as all of this new light continues to flood into our consciousness here on Earth, it's going to be helping us to awaken more and more to these kinds of things as we see that dirt and that dust, and as we start to move towards more wisdom and understanding in our life. So as more and more people start to awaken, higher consciousness have essentially told us that it's going to help create upward momentum, and that this would be helping others to ascend more quickly and easily on their journey. So to help explain this to us, higher consciousness offered us an analogy. We talked a little bit about this in part 1, but we'll share it again because it really is quite important to help us understand what's happening here on Earth at the moment. So higher consciousness invited us to think about a rubber band, and so as more and more people move up into those higher and higher energies, they're continuing to live and exist in those higher energetic states. Basically, this is going to be pulling the other side of the rubber band upwards. Because we're all interconnected, as that half of the rubber band is being pulled up, it just naturally takes the other side up with it. So, in other words, the people who are continuing to pursue intentions or activities that are helping them uplift their energetic vibration, these people are essentially helping to uplift others as well because of the interconnected nature of our own reality. So even if those people are on the lower bandwidth, even if they're not doing so much inner work right now, they're basically being helped very naturally by those who are doing that higher consciousness work. Now, of course, these people will eventually need to do some kind of inner work as well, but with more and more upwards momentum in the consciousness, it definitely does become easier to actually step onto that ascension journey because the momentum of the collective consciousness is all moving in that direction. And so collectively, these are all reasons why we're starting to see more and more people awakening in the world right now. So firstly, we have all of these amazing and powerful healing energies of the many different higher consciousness beings who are showering those down upon us. And we also have lots of beautiful souls here on earth who are helping to radiate these energies out so that we're sort of reaching a critical mass type situation. Right now, as we record this video, it seems that more and more people are starting to come to the conclusion that really we can do better than this as a planet. And this is a really, really important realization, because it's also a very clear sign that as a planet, we are starting to wake up, and that's really wonderful. So one of the best ways that we can all help to speed up this transition process into the new consciousness frequency is really just to focus spending our time more and more in those higher vibrational frequencies ourselves as best we can. So there are many different ways that you can ascend into higher consciousness energies. There's lots of different teachings that you can access that can really help to uplift your energetic vibration. So for example, there's lots of different higher consciousness based healing practices or energies that you can start to work with so that you can more easily connect with those beings, and so that you can really bring down those energies into your own consciousness. So in this video, we've shared our own free ascension pathway teachings, and we also shared our free ascension healing energies. And we said that all of these can help you to receive energies or attunements directly from higher consciousness so that you can be more quickly and easily uplifted into those higher energies. But there's also many other ways that you can ascend into higher consciousness as well. So the types of techniques or practices or activities you wish to pursue, that's always going to depend on your own preferences, your own choices, depending on your karmic circumstances and your intuitive feelings. So we always suggest that people walk forwards on their ascension journey whilst following their heart, just doing whatever feels right for you. You just allow yourself to be guided by your own higher self and your spirit team, because really this helps to ensure that you're always going to be moving forwards on your journey in the highest possible way. Okay, so that's a bit of a summary about all of the amazing new consciousness light frequencies that are becoming available to us at the moment. In the next video, we're going to be talking a little bit more about the process of awakening, because this is a very, very important part of the shift. And that's really going to be focusing on the individual level. So basically, we want to be sharing information that helps you guys ascend and awaken in the easiest possible way. And hopefully the next video can help you to do that. We understand that there's lots of people going to be moving through this awakening process, this ascension process in the years and possibly decades ahead. And we just want to help to make this process as easy as possible. It can be challenging at times because we are needing to face our own inner debris. And as always, we just want to help you in the highest possible way. So we look forward to seeing you in the next video. And thanks again for tuning in.